And we are back after what has to be described as the most dramatic night at these World Cups so far. Two games that go to penalties. Firstly, Croatia and Brazil, where Croatia did what they do best. They dug in, they did everything in their power to force the game to go as long as possible. Managed to get the 0-0 in normal time. Then an absolute moment of brilliance from Neymar to give Brazil the lead. Seemingly enough to get them through to the next round. But then Croatia, never dying like they always never do, getting that late equaliser, forcing the game to penalties, and then winning on penalties once again, sending the favourites for the tournament, Brazil, out at the quarter-final stage, and essentially ending the careers of a fair few of those Brazilian players without winning a single World Cup. So, a massive achievement for Croatia. Back-to-back World Cup semi-finals, a real testament to their country and the players that they have produced over the last, I'd say, 6 years, if you look at the two World Cups put together. So, phenomenal achievement for them. Congratulations to them. They will go on to the semi-finals, where they will face the team that progressed from what has to be described as the most brutal and the most toxic, the most violent, the most uncontrolled game of football that we've seen so far at this World Cup. It must have been an Argentina game, because that only ever happens when they're involved. And of course, they were heavily involved, and you have to kind of pin some of the blame on the referee for last night. We've seen this ref a few times in the Champions League, and he has always been the most picky referee. But I've always thought he's done well, but last night he didn't do very well at all. But it all just added to the overall drama. I think you have to say, over the balance of both games we saw last night, the overall footballing quality wasn't very good, but the drama was absolutely insane. And yeah, I don't quite understand how there were no red cards. There were definitely some players that I felt for either team that could have been sent off. In particularly, a couple of Argentinians I think should have gone. I think no one's really mentioned it, but I think Lionel Messi was lucky to stay on the pitch. How he wasn't booked for that blatant, deliberate handball when I think two other players were booked for deliberate handballs. And then, of course, he did get booked later on in the game. So, don't really know how Messi didn't get sent off. And I don't know how Paredes didn't get sent off for what was a horrendous tackle, immediately followed up by booting the ball directly at the Dutch bench. So, lots of reasons why players should have been sent off last night, but it all just added to the drama. And then, of course, actually on the pitch with the ball, Argentina 2-0 up, seemingly cruising through, and then Wout Weghorst grabs himself the first goal, and then in the 100th minute of normal time, with everything on the line, the Dutch have the audacity to pull off a cheeky little training ground free kick routine to force extra time. Unbelievable scenes, an incredible moment for them, but sadly not enough to see them through, as Argentina, with the ever brilliant Emi Martinez in penalty shootouts, saw them in to the semi-finals as well. So an incredible night of entertainment. Hopefully today lives up to it as well, and hopefully it goes the way that I'm hoping it does, but we will get to those predictions in a moment. Let's quickly run through what those results mean for this series as a whole, and then we'll get into tonight's predictions. So as always, drop a like on the video if you are enjoying the series, and subscribe if you are new around here. Let's see what those results actually did. So these were my predictions for last night. These were the results. No points for the first game, as I predicted Brazil to win in a normal time. And 2 points for the second game, as I did go for a draw in 90 minutes with Argentina to progress beyond that. So I'm not going to complain too much about either result, because they didn't really cause too many major upsets from my perspective. I've said all tournament that I haven't been convinced by Brazil, so I'm not surprised one bit that Croatia beat them. And yeah, we called the Argentina-Netherlands game almost spot on. It just didn't quite get the scoreline correct. So all in all, it is a matchday score of 2, and that brings the tournament score now up to 42. So as always, please let me know down in the comments how you thought my predictions went yesterday, and how you, of course, got on. And let's now finally get into quarterfinal 3 and 4 predictions. And we start with Morocco up against Portugal. Of course, as I keep saying, Portugal, my team to win the entire tournament. So you are not going to be surprised to see that I am going to go for a Portugal win once again. And that is no disrespect to Morocco. I think they have done so well to get to this point. The fact that they've gone ahead and beaten Spain in the last round is an unbelievable achievement. Do I think they can do it again? Oh, excuse me, my voice is going. Of course I do. I think Morocco are more than capable of pulling off another upset today. But I just don't see it happening. I think Portugal are just another level above Spain right now. I'd have gone for Portugal to beat Spain if this was Portugal-Spain. And I'm going to go for Portugal to beat Morocco. I'm only going to go for 2-0 though. I'm going to be very respectful to the achievements that Morocco have done so far this season. Defensively, they have been so good. But I just think with the never-ending cycle of quality attackers that Portugal have available to them, I think eventually they're just going to break Morocco down. And one, or in the case that I've gone for, two of them will eventually get the job done, seeing Portugal into the semi-finals. And finally, we get to England against France. The biggest tie of the round, some would say. Certainly from my perspective as an England fan, this is the biggest tie. But this is a prediction series. This is not a Ryan picks his England to win every single game series. And based on what I've seen so far this tournament, if I'm going completely unbiased, I have to say that France are the favourites for this game, and I would expect France to win this game. So from a prediction series standpoint, I'm going to go for 3-1 to France. I think that's a justified prediction. They have arguably been the best team so far in this tournament. So I do think England can score. I think they've not looked the best defensively, France, but I think their attack has been so good that they should really have too much for England defensively. So France is the team that I am going to go for from a prediction standpoint. However, now that that is done, I can take my unbiased shirt off and now talk about what I actually think can happen, which is that I thoroughly believe we can win tonight. I really do. I'm not going to change the prediction, obviously, because that is the purpose of this series, but England can definitely win this game tonight. And I've not said it in the unbiased section, but I truly believe the winner of this match will win the World Cup. I know I've said Portugal throughout the tournament, but from what I've seen, if England can beat France, England should win the World Cup. If France beat England, I don't think any of the other teams are capable of stopping France. So I really think this is the most important game. I think this is essentially the World Cup final. If we win this game, I really think it's ours to lose. And we are more than capable of doing this tonight. If every single player does their job, wins their individual battles, we can beat this team. Because like I said, they've not looked the best defensively. We have so much attacking talent. And like I said, I definitely think we will score. It's just how well can we defend? And everyone's talked about this battle between Kyle Walker and Mbappe. And I think Kyle Walker should be fine. My biggest concern, as a Manchester United fan as well, is that Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire on that left-hand side are not the best at dealing with pacey dribblers. And that is exactly what Ousmane Dembele is. So he is the big concern for me. And they keep going on about how Henderson and Saka are going to have to help out with help Walker out with Mbappe and Teo Hernandez. But I think Luke Shaw is going to need some serious help from Ousmane Dembele. So that would be my one area of concern. But I really believe that we can win this. And midfield is going to be crucial. I think Henderson, Rice and Bellingham have an opportunity to outdo that French midfield. I know Tchouaméni has been good. I don't think Griezmann has been particularly amazing. I think Declan Rice can certainly get a hold of him. And yeah, if Bellingham can win that physical battle in the midfield against Tchouaméni, we've got a very good chance. And everyone's, again, been talking about how dangerous the French are, but no one's talked about how dangerous we are. And I'm telling you now, the French are going to be scared of Foden. They're going to be scared of Saka. They're going to be very scared of Jude Bellingham. They're going to be scared of Rashford coming off the bench. They're going to be scared of Jack Grealish coming off the bench. And now that Harry Kane's grabbed himself a goal, they're going to be concerned about Harry Kane as well. Obviously, I've said my piece enough about Harry Kane, how he struggles against world-class defenders, and the likes of Varane or Upamecano are going to be a serious challenge for him. But the key tonight is going to be to get on the ball and play to our strengths. And I really do think we can win this tonight. So that is my thoughts for tonight. Obviously, I'm going to be hoping and praying that England can get the job done. I think my reaction video is probably going to come up tomorrow morning. I'm going out to watch the game tonight, so you're not going to be able to get that immediate post-match reaction. But depending on how it goes, that might be for the better, because I think a raw reaction might not go down too well tonight if we lose. or even if we win. So I'll give a more conservative reaction tomorrow morning. I may try and grab a couple of clips at full time if I can. But that is going to be it for today. As always, like I say, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Comment down below what you think is going to happen. Come on, England. Please don't let me down. Win this game and the World Cup could be ours. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my reaction tomorrow morning.